Happy Halloween. We are here this evening to play a little bit of Dungeons and Dragons, kind of nearly almost. We're almost going to play Storm King's Thunder. We are definitely using Roll20, and the character art is definitely from Hero Forge. Now let's get to the people, because this is going to be a fun, short night. I'm going to explain the format after this. Let's talk to the people first. Bison, I wonder which one that is. Tell us about yourself and where we can find you when you're not wearing silly hats.
It's actually really hard for me not to wear silly hats because I do it on both streams. You find me here, and you can find me on my own stream, Bison_Stonefist. Let me just throw that up in the chat. And on there, I play video games. Currently, I am playing Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire, and I am using my version of this group.
Excellent.
We're pirates. Yar.
Yar. This much depleted group this evening, but we will get to that briefly. Next. I'm going to save the big announcement for last. So next, last night, scary, fierce, nasty, killed everybody in sight. Tonight, hello. Hey, Sarah. How you doing, first of all? Are you still riding the buzz from last night?
A little bit.
Oh, good, because it was worth. That was great. I really enjoyed that. And where can we find you?
Besides here, I'm over at Tangor Productions, and Tangor Productions on location over on YouTube.
Bam.
So yeah.
Awesome.
Just working on the next productions. I'm working on a new script.
Well, once again, I had an absolute howl last night. I love that game. It ramps. It starts slow and easy, and by the time it's time to move, you're in trouble, and it's just great fun running away from then. So thank you for that. And we got to have an extra Halloween this year because I don't want to wait 12 months to do that again. But
right?
Next, with a humongous announcement. Solar Dasher, you were part of a thing. Take over, please.
Not last week, but the week before, my group, the Twerk team, had a charity event going on for gamers outreach. Our goal was to raise $25,000. Not only did we raise $25,000, we kind of kicked that out the window and said, F you. We're raising $28,000. So we raised a little over $28,000. So I'm very, very happy. I did actually stream 2 times during that week. One was on Wednesday of that week. The other was on Saturday, I think.
Nice.
I hope maybe that this weekend I can get a little bit of streaming in. You can find me there. I just threw it up on for Solar_Dasher.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, most of the time I'm just here, there, and working everywhere now.
Working. $28,000. That's amazing, especially for a charity that useful. So thank you there very, very much for that, and thanks for coming around and playing with us this evening. Speaking of that, your elf is gone. Your moon elf is missing in action. Got sucked down the voice tube into the ship. You're going to have trouble finding that elf because right now Creature's ass is basically plugging that same place. He and the creature that make up Creature are in a battle of wills with the dragon that owns this starship or spaceship. No, it's neither one of those. Wrong game. This balloon-powered airship. Yes.
We're sky pirates.
You are, except one of you is stuck to the ship. In Britain, they're gluing themselves to highways. Here, they're bonding themselves with living ships. So, with that, and take a bit of creative license from where we were last time, you were approaching the location known as the Shining White. As you do, I'm going to put you on the map so you can see it, but you should be able to. Can you guys see the map now? I'm just waiting for this to. No? Oh.
I actually see both my tokens up there.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, you guys should be in the bottom right-hand corner of said map. No. Oh, you are there.
Yeah, I see them.
It just says loading and a bunch of random things.
Oh, just refresh your page. That's Roll20 being stuck. Sorry about that. Why am I apologizing for something Roll20 did? Anyway, the part
I
we're really
hear
looking
you.
at is across the bottom. This has got. I don't think this is. Woefully unprepared is the phrase that comes to mind. Oh, you have no vision. Okay, let me fix that. Is wow, really woefully unprepared. Reveal.
Explains it. Okay.
Oops. I used to be good at this game. I used to know stuff. I used to know so much stuff. Did it just not reveal? Oh, I'm beginning to dislike this.
So, you know, like, I can see the whole thing.
The whole map?
Yeah.
Okay. Just not, how about you, Sarah? No?
Nope. It's just doing the same thing over and over.
What?
And I was able to see the map right away. The only thing is I see both my sides up there.
Well, I put them both up there because if you want to change, you can just grab the other token. Speaking of which, I beefed up your token or your lycanthrope as well. You can't even see a little circle around yourself?
Nope. It keeps doing the same thing, loading, and then.
Okay. You're stuck. Okay. Fortunately. Well, it's not absolutely necessary. It's kind of a theater of the mind anyway. Let me explain. Let's just start over and pretend this isn't a stream. In the airship, you come over the ridge and down off the edge of the Lurkwood. You stopped for a few moments, and Creature decided that, in fact, he didn't want to go and see his long-dead wife, but he kind of got to anyway. But stuck to the ship as he was, he took you further south. This area that you're approaching is like a little pocket of winter. The mountains are still far to the north behind you. But ahead of you, there's a series of slightly rising mounds, each one slightly bigger than the one in front of it. As you approach, you can see coming towards them from basically the angle where Werewolf's character token is, down in the bottom, very, very bottom right corner. The first one you're approaching is the lowest of them, and there's what used to be rock cairns. This used to be a graveyard of some sort. But something has recently, because the snow's knocked off, come through and plundered them all and knocked them all down.
How rude.
That's the only one you're close to. Moving forward from that, the next one you can see, there used to be a huge giant scale. And when we say giant scale in this world, we know what that means because giants are 20 feet tall. There was a menhir here, a rock pillar 120, 130 feet tall. That's also on the next hill been knocked over and broken into pieces. The hill beyond that, you see an altar also destroyed. And beyond that, a huge white pillar that appears to be made entirely of ice, with a small opening down at the bottom. When I say small, you could probably, if you wanted to be really careful, you might be able to fly the ship in. It'd be safer to walk, but it's big enough to fly the airship in. Creature at this point is reduced to a sort of state where he will just listen to it. No, even better. Creature has gone into a catatonic state as he fights for control of the ship. So you guys are going to have to steer using the levers downstairs.
Good thing I know something.
Or you could just land outside and walk in. Your choice.
I think we should walk. But when you said small earlier, Kevin, I thought you were going to say it was Ithaca's size.
Nope. It just looks small because you guys are high up and far away.
Um, Bigford kind of wants to do an aerial pass over the altar first.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you can cruise in right straight down be like driving up to the front gates of the palace, right? You can admire and ooh and ah at all the stuff on the way. Absolutely. So 1 vote for fly at least to the base of it. Two votes, I think, for fly to the door, park and walk in, and a nod, repetitive nod. So 3 votes. Okay, 3 for 3. This is what we're doing. So, nobody's going to attack you, so I'm going to take some poetic license. You swoop down and use sort of the speed of the dive and then flatten out. As you pass across the one marked plundered cairns, you look down and see giant ovals in the snow, and you realize they're footprints of giants, big giants. They've torn up this human scale graveyard. You just have time to process that as you whistle over it and head towards the next one. This was a giant graveyard here. There's the single menhir in the middle, and there was 16 giants buried radially around them. All of their gravestones has been shattered and thrown onto the pile with the broken menhir. The next one along was an altar, a beautiful altar of marble and quartz, shattered by giant weapons. And at the door, as you kind of flare this thing to slow it down and slow down, there are 6 giants, 3 hill giants and 3 stone giants, arrayed, dead, burned, destroyed, almost ash-like, just their silhouettes in the snow outside the door. The shit comes to a stop. Creatures, they never lose.
Okay there, Captain. As he puts a pirate hat on creatures.
But he can't reach up to take it off. He's like, he is right on the absolute brink. Hello, Scott. Thank you for showing up and welcome to a special event. I forgot the special rule. This is like I said in the write-up. If you saw it anywhere, think the Simpsons Halloween episodes meet South Park. Anybody that dies tonight doesn't really die. They just come back next week with no explanation as to why that happened. And tonight is going to be just a little weird. So, a little weird that doesn't really count. So have some fun, everybody. The balloon stops. Almost stops. We finally get to use the skis. Just before it lands, you can feel by now the fire elemental that controls the heat just kind of clenches into themselves, and it cools just enough to keep the balloon full, but not enough to provide any lift. And you kind of land and skid down this snow-covered hill. At the bottom, it turns slightly sideways, and a bit of snow builds up against the side of the rails, and you come to a stop. There's snow falling here, maybe? Or maybe it's just this slight wind lifting this powdery, icy, fine crystal that's in the air. But it's like being in a snow globe with the ashy outlines of 6 dead giants.
Yeah. Does it look like Dragonfire?
Give me Dragonfire would be nature. So give me a nature roll. Holy manticore arrows, Iticus. What did you do? I wasn't looking.
Nope, that was just trying to get it set up.
Okay.
1.
A 1.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Well,
Even
well,
if
here's
it's not, I think it's dragons.
Well, here's the funny part. You're like, maybe it's elves. No, I did that one already. I was wrong. Maybe it's dragons. Maybe I shouldn't jump to conclusions. If it's natural, you have no idea what it is, but you don't think it's actually natural. More magical. And hello Hello, hello. I only ever get to say hello to you in retrospect on YouTube, so I won't say your name, but hello. Wonderful. Thank you for showing up.
Yeah, so Bickford, he's like, I think a wizard did this. I mean, yeah.
Oedicus? Beowulf? Beowulf, what form are you in?
He was human when last we left, so he's
Yes.
still human at the moment.
Okay, so you're all covered in furs, and this is just like somebody left the window open. It's not even cold. Oedicus is blowy, and snow's getting in your head, and it's in your elbows and stuff. I mean, you can't feel, but you know. The whole world is sparkly. I mean, not shiny, but sparkly. Everything is sparkly because it's covered in this icy snow. You just had a nice sleigh ride down a hill. And there's the outlines of some big people on the ground. Looks like they made kind of snow angels out of ash. It's kind of weird, but you know. The three of you stand in the sudden, almost silence. Oedicus, what do you do?
I'm gonna get
Hello,
down
Mertz.
and
Oh, hello.
you said they kind of made like snow angels.
Yeah, it looks like they went in the snow and then just turned into ash.
I'm going to put mine next to that.
So you just little metallic, yeah. The snow, like I said, this is really icy snow. None of you really can feel it. You're all sort of in your own way, sort of immune to extreme temperatures. But yeah, this is ice crystals. This is like outer planets of the solar system levels of cold, and you're just
Clank.
and this just makes this pile of wow. Talk about snow globes earlier. You lay in this stuff and go. It's like making your own snow globe, Oedicus, because it goes up and it starts to fall back down. You go, and more of it goes up, and it just in this swirling ball of sparkle. So they're probably gonna have to come and get you.
Oh yes.
Beowulf.
He's gonna basically watch the poof of the snow and all that and just kind of not be impressed. He's like, oh, we're in the north, so yeah, there's gonna be snow.
Yep.
Especially this time of year, yeah.
Yeah.
He probably is gonna want to hop down out of the ship as soon as it's safe to do so.
Yep.
And start taking a look around the burned bodies.
Give me a nature check.
I did one earlier. I don't know if that'll count or not.
I'll take that. 18.
Earned my one.
Well, the weird part is, yes, it is. Technically, it's 18 times better than your one, but it comes to the same conclusion. There's nothing natural about what burned them. This was the result of magical fire, specifically.
Then can I do an Arcana check?
Yes, you absolutely can. In spite of the sparkly snow flying around you and the metallic giggles coming out of a rapidly changing shaped snowbank, you realize there used to be, and the key phrase is used to be, a ward on this door, this opening. And these giants, while they were running amok, look at that Halloween reference,
Nice.
they just stormed into the door and set it off and blew themselves the hell up. You, with that 17 Arcana, yeah, it's gone. Yeah, absolutely. After you poke your finger through it, yeah, it's absolutely, definitely not there. And you can see now snow is blowing in where it wasn't before.
Once Bickford gets down to the ground, he takes a couple of steps, thinks he'll be okay, and then sinks to his knees as the upper layer breaks.
Yep. Thump. Yep. So you
Now
start.
he's 2 feet shorter.
Oedicus, you are under the snow. In the snow globe. You stand up and you can walk under here. The snow is so light and fluffy, it just goes kind of around. You can't see where you're going, but you can walk.
Is it time for the child thing again?
He knows how to get it off. It's not going to work.
When you find out you can move freely under the snow, what do you do?
I just start like making patterns.
See this little bump?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Oh yeah, the Tasmanian devil below the ground bump, right? Just before they, and every once in a while they kind of pop up to see where they are. And in this way, given the slope of the land, the three of you playing whack-a-mole with Etiquette, come here, make your way, all but accidentally, right up to this large door, on this large opening fissure in the wall. You look inside and look back over your shoulder, and then look and say, "Get these. You wait. No. You're not allowed to be up there. Move back. Back where you were. Who's moving them? Quit dragging yourselves up there. Get back. We just got started. Yeesh. Players. Oh, who needs them?"
Okay,
You
fine.
step inside. You look inside this room from outside. And you look back over your shoulder and you look back in. It's a perfect microcosm of the shape that's outside behind you. It's exactly the same inside, and that's what you can see now on the map. And I'm sorry, Iticus, if your map is still going boom, boom, boom. It's basically a ring inside a ring of that's raised up above you about 10 or 12 feet. These two rings of ice. And at the far side of them, there's a pillar of ice that rises up just like this pillar does inside. So the landscape in here is exactly the same as it is outside. The only difference is, at the far side of that room, at the base of this giant inner tower, stand a Yeti, a werewolf, and a helmed horror. A large furry creature, a lycanthrope, and a hollow metal body.
Anyone else getting deja vu?
Staring across the room at you, just waiting casually for you to enter.
Oh, gee. Looks like I get to fight a kin.
Bigfoot.
I did make some minor changes to your lycanthrope sheet, so you are again more powerful because you guys just have leveled up. So
Yeah, that does remind me I need to bring it up anyway. Thank you.
Iticus, you pop up out of the snow.
Red.
You might not be the most sort of perceptive Warforged in the room at the moment, but you're pretty sure the answer to that is no. And after you decide they are not Fred, what is your action?
Are they currently like going to like? Are they about to attack us or no?
They appear to be waiting for you to come inside.
Werewolf is going to look at Iticus just because he wants to figure out what Iticus is going to do.
Yeah.
He knows that Bigfoot can take care of himself,
Yeah.
but he didn't get to see any of that lovely action in the cave when he was getting tattooed up with that map. So
Yeah.
he doesn't know what Iticus can do.
And he was the figurehead when Iticus ballistaed that manticore.
Yep. So yes. So Beowulf goes into protection mode on the person in the party that has proven they do not need to be protected. Meanwhile, they no hair on their ass, no hair on their head, been unconscious several times. Bugbear goes, I don't know. What are you doing?
Once Bigfoot's going to take a couple of steps into the room, and then
Yep.
I'm testing a theory. Bigfoot's just being a dumbass. He's going to like move his arm to see if the Yeti responds.
You said step into the room. So I started the music. The Yeti stares at you. It doesn't care about 30 feet of range. This is a Halloween episode. And locks eye contact with you and tries to make you feel like the inferior furry species in this relationship. I need a DC 13 Constitution save, please.
You need to turn down the music just a bit, Kevin.
Oh,
We can barely hear us over the music.
Okay, I
20.
can do this. Thank you.
I am unintimidated by this glorified monkey.
You are unintimidated by this glorified monkey.
I fought meaner versions of you in Monster Hunter. Come at me, bitch.
And you feel psychic damage roll off your mind. And it's a good thing, too, because you would have been paralyzed for a minute.
Oh no, that would have been terrible.
With that, if we would all be so kind as to roll initiative, please.
Oh, I have to.
I can't.
Oops.
I honestly thought.
Remember to click your token first?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
I honestly thought
I
the
can't
Werewolf
see my
wanted to play.
token.
Oh, no. Oh, shit. Okay, well, just roll it for me, and I'll put it in there
I
for you.
did.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, that gave me-
16.19.
Okay, sorry. I'm having that.
Bigfoot's
having
ready
a
to
moment.
fight. Werewolf is not.
Beowulf's trying to figure out what's going on with the.
Yeah, he's looking at the three and he's just thinking, are
Gotta
we
protect Italicus, gotta
having
protect
fun
Italicus.
here or are we just. What?
I just gotta. I gotta laugh at it because it says you want to send the result to the roll of this roll to the turn tracker, but no valid token was awarded.
Okay,
I'm like,
so
okay.
I'll add you. And what did you roll?
16.919.
Okay, so we can put you at a 16. That will work. So, perfect timing. Bigford. Perfect, you're in the room. At that moment, that locks the stare with you and tries to freeze you out, and you resist. Somehow that triggers it, and everybody starts to move. But you were already there. You guys are for Italicus's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 60 feet, perfect, 60 feet away from the three of them. As the two of the rest of you step into the room, you see that your opposite numbers lock eyes with you. It's clear, left to their own devices, this will turn into a three one-on-one fight. Unless you choose to do something different. Bigford, what are you doing?
Okay, so.
Forget the
These
50 feet
errands
per
are-
square. This is downscaled, so this is 5 feet per square.
Yeah, I kind of figured. Just to
I
make sure that
cheated.
you said
It's supposed to
these-
be the actual map. There's no hollow tower in the actual module, so.
I kind of figured that once we got here, everything was
It
gonna
wasn't,
go off.
it wasn't Halloween in the module either, so.
Yeah.
or to be fair, it's always Halloween in D&D land. But what are you doing? For the purposes of this, these things are only knee high, so you can scramble over these.
Okay. Yeah, because that was the question I was going to ask.
Yeah, I'm not going to bother. Terrain isn't bothering me here, so. So yeah, divide all those distances by 10.
Bigfoot's going to go here, and since he used all his arrows to make Italicus's,
Yep.
doesn't have, and he hasn't had a chance to make his roll bats yet.
Well, you can use your action to move again if you want to close the distance.
No, I'm going to wait for those jackasses.
Okay. So you're going to hold an action?
Yeah, hold an action, and as a free action, flip the bird.
That is, in fact, a free action.
Sign language. Talking's a free action.
Okay.
And that's my
I should move it over here. Does it have any?
I was hoping that they were a little bit taller so I could frickin' duck down in stealth, but hey,
1, 2, 3, 4,
it's all good.
6. It walks right past you, Bigford. You look, it's the exquisite plate
I'm using
mail.
my reaction for an attack of opportunity.
Absolutely. I walked right past. I said right past you. So yep. Go ahead.
And I've got that reach, so.
Yep.
Alright. See if I actually do this right. So,
26. Yeah, that hits. It makes sense. It absolutely ignored you on the way by.
so would you consider that a surprise?
No, I mean it's a reaction. You just get the damage.
Yeah,
So
okay.
17 points.
17, the big whack.
Yeah, you just
Morning,
smash the shoulder, and you see the pauldron collapse into the side of the helmet, and this all gets caved in. The fireworks start going off, and it has to sort of pull itself apart and keep moving forward. There's fireworks outside here, so now there's fireworks up in the top of this tower that you guys are playing in.
Okay.
It walks right past you as well, not next to you, but 10 feet away from you, Beowulf, having learned its lesson, and stops right in front of Iticus, but it's used its movement and its action to get here. Iticus. This thing is looming over you. Exquisite, glorious plate mail. You just look up and whack. 16. You miss. It goes under the chin and out through the ear hole and nothing.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
We got a couple of
bugger. I
wannabes
kill
here.
it.
Fanbots. 2 of them.
Ban. Thank you. There's a timeout in the chat. Thank you. I killed it. And then we both killed it. Okay, so. Yay, we're big enough to get jumped by idiot bots. Oh, well. Iticus, you missed, so it is looming above you. That was your action. You still have a movement and a bonus action. And what with being a rogue, you could disengage.
Yep, I'm gonna disengage and hide.
Absolutely. So I'm just, because you can't see you, I'm just going to move you away on the map so we know. Just pop
Okay.
you over here and give us a stealth, please. That is stealth.
Oh yeah, that works.
Just slightly.
I'm going to give it its check now. Just so I know whether to chase you or not. 12, so no. Definitely not. It has no idea where you went. You just, well, it makes sense. You just dropped down into the fake snow here, but you laid down and now you're buried in the snow here, so it can't see you. Next, the Yeti. What is its movement? I think it's got. Yes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It gets to there. Oh, but it's got reach. Oh, yes, it does. And it steps forward. And Bickford, you smashed the. It's following right in the footsteps. And you smashed the armor as it went past. This thing gets to here and just reaches out with both claws and has a swing. The first one, 24.
Yep.
And the second one, 21. So,
Yeah, let's go for it.
yeah, just across the chest, and you look down, and there's a total of 10 points of damage from that, and then just the other way. Like you have. It looks like a hashtag, but at 45-degree angle on you now from these 2 sets of slashes. Yeah, you look down, and in the freezing cold that it is so cold here, the blood starts to come out, and then it starts to congeal and turn into these little sort of almost like globules, like loose caulking.
Yeah.
0G. They just kind of but total of 21 points of damage.
Ouch.
Next, the werewolf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can't get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Charges towards you again. Uses all of its action and all of its movement to get there. So all it's got left as it skids to a stop in front of you. Beowulf just looks up and goes, "Get in your form." Beowulf.
No.
How do you respond? No. Bad dog.
God, dog.
What do you do?
Bonus action. Hunter's mark. On him, of course.
Yep.
Come on now. Oh, I know why. There we go.
So if you hit, it will do 4 extra points of damage. That's how that works, right? Yeah. Works for me.
He's more proficient in the longbow, but because he's right up close and personal with this bully mully.
Mm-hmm.
And short sword him.
Okay. 12. I mean, it's a wolf. You hit. 12 and wolf are hybrid forms. So yes, for 8 points of damage.
And then he turns to him and says, "Make me, you fool."
And you only get the 1 attack, right? Bigford.
I think so.
This Yeti is 10 feet away from you, engaged in melee combat. I love this because, like, in my head, the two of you are just, yeah, like MMA, but 10 feet apart.
I am actually going to cast my new spell, Arms of Shadow.
Oh
which
dear.
is Flavored Arms of Hadar.
Okay, yes.
And so I'm casting it 2nd level.
Mm-hmm.
So both the Yeti and the Werewolf have to make a strength saving throw, DC 13. Probably going to do it anyways.
Okay.
And then they'll take 10 or 5.
So the werewolf got an 8, and the Yeti got a 16. So the werewolf failed, right?
So the Werewolf takes 10, the Yeti takes 8.
Okay.
And then I am going to my bonus action to disengage.
For you are also of a roguey variety.
Yes.
Bigfoot versus shiny Bigfoot.
Great. Dude.
One of these Bigfoots is balding.
I'm gonna make a toupee out of you, you bastard. So yeah, that's my turn.
All right, next. It's going to try and find you. Wow. This huge hulking plate mail armor going. Let's see. No. Could hardly find itself with that roll. Idicus, it's like right there. You're hiding in the snow. It's right there looking for you. In fact, I would, because you are hidden, you get advantage on this, which also means you get your sneak attack if you hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna move to right behind it
Yeah.
and attack from behind.
Pop.
Yes.
Whack. 26. Yeah, that definitely hits. 18 points of damage. Oof.
Yeah.
And do you get one shot, or is it only one still?
I think it's only one still.
Your level. Okay. And then, well, that's your action. You haven't even moved or bonus action. So,
Go back in.
yeah, goblin action. Give me a stealth. See how well you hide this time. Even better than last time. You go back to the same place, but under the snow, you now magically have a tiny igloo built. There's a little bar in there. You don't know what it's for, but there's like a little bar and a lounge, and yeah, for no good reason. It looks like Bugs Bunny's basement. But yeah, you just pop back in there and hide. Yeah, you disengage. So 1, 2. Comes running back towards you, Bickford, and screams in a language you both understand. Get back here! And it rips off your finger and rips off your face. Wow. Again, yeah, and I said it. Yeah, you go, and it just knocks your arms out of the way and then punches you right in the face.
Oh my god.
17 and 13, so that's 30 more points of damage.
Oh, I got 4 hit points left, and there's nobody here to fucking heal us.
You're looking at him.
And
Well,
yeah,
my
as
spells
long as you
is-
don't,
one
as
of my
long as you
spells
don't go
is
into
werewolf.
lycanthrope form,
They're really busy.
the werewolf is on
Well, let's
you.
see what the
speaking of
werewolf
which.
does, and if werewolf pisses him off enough, then yes, he's going to, but we'll see.
Okay, it is going to. It gets 2 attacks, 1 bite and 1 claw. So it attempts to bite you. 19.
Oh, that hits.
Okay, so you take 4 points of damage. You don't have to make the saving throw because you already are. And a 21 for 6 more. So yeah, just latches onto your leg like a dog with a postman, and just you feel your calf getting torn up, and then it lets go, kind of spits you out, and on the way out, it reaches out with its claws and just drags it through that wound, making it even worse. Total of 10 points
You
of
didn't have
damage.
one yet. Oh, the second one. That.
Now it's your
I'm-
turn.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm not very smart tonight, but let's try this again. Bo is definitely not having it. He's definitely getting quite pissed off.
He's so angry he's getting French. He's about to become Beauregard. What do you do?
So yes, he's turned into
Oh, you bowed. I see what you did.
a bow.
You bowed out.
B-Dog.
You
So now he's gonna attack back. Except
Yeah.
he's now big. He's not in the standing form. He's in the wolf.
Yeah, I was gonna
So-
say this thing's like, like husky, a wolf size, and you're, there's wolf, dire wolf, and now you. You're probably close to 5 feet at the shoulders now. 12. You grab him and tear into him for 9 points of damage. And you get your second. It's 18. Yeah, and you show him what claws are for. Well, how do you do that? Where do you bite him, and how do your claws do this while I do the damage?
He's going for the. He's going for the jugular.
Okay, so you grab him and you
He
get the rough. Yeah.
he just reaches over and grabs, gives a good hard shake and pound and movement against the jugular there.
Yeah,
Obviously, it's not going to be enough to tell him he knows that
No.
already.
yeah, you grab all the throat
So then he
material,
takes
pull
the
him down,
claw.
and then, yeah.
Takes the claw and just basically hammers him down to the ground.
Do that dog
you can.
punch thing. Yeah. Yeah.
And
you
just
do.
kind of stands over him with his, putting all his weight on him.
Yeah, and you've got him pinned down in the snow. He's looking, I mean, he's beat up. Not as bad as Bigford by any stretch of the imagination. Do you wish to move? Or Beowulf, or are you staying where you are?
Beowulf is going to stay on top of this thing. If Bigford needs to, he certainly can get closer to Beowulf, but he won't be able to do anything until he turns back to human.
So Bigford. This thing looming above you. Hardly scratched. You got one eye full of blood.
Yeah, fuck me.
You go to wipe your lip and part of it and 2 teeth come out.
Like I said, it's feeling real familiar.
Yeah.
Ooh, I should have gone barbarian.
Bigford the Barbarian Bugbear? That sounds like
Yeah.
No, you can't do that. That's a tongue
Bugbearian.
twister. No tongue twisters allowed.
No, he's the Bugbarian.
The Bugbarian, yes.
What can I do?
You can feel your pulse in your one good eye.
And I don't get to teleport till next level.
It's finally warm. You realize it's your own blood running down your chest. I'm just gonna keep building this shit till you tell me what you do.
He's from the blood in his chest,
Yeah.
from those gashes,
Yes.
the Arms of Shadow come out again.
Okay.
Again as a second level spell, so I can get that 3d6 necrotic. But it's also going to hit the Helicore.
It's actually gonna catch all of them.
Yeah.
They're all within 10
Yeah, it's
feet.
going to hit all
Okay.
3 for
That
11
was a
or
strength
6.
check. Right?
Strength DC 13.
So the Yeti just makes it. The werewolf makes it. Oh, you're having a bad day.
Super bad day. Guess I'll be rolling up one of those other guys a little bit sooner.
And that one doesn't. So the helmed horror takes full damage. What is the damage?
11.
11. Okay, so the helmed horror takes 11. Knocks some paint off of it. The werewolf takes 11, which reduces it down to severely beat up. No, it didn't take 11. It only took.
Yeah, and
6.
the horror cannot make a reaction.
Oh, okay. And this one was -5 as well. So okay, so yeah, you could walk away from the helmed horror. Well, it's still looking for it because, like I said, these things are programmed to find each of you. You can see now they will not fight. They will only fight the one that they're here to fight. You guys are free to do whatever you like.
Question: with that attack,
Yeah.
since Beowulf was kind of technically on top of the wolf,
Yeah.
do I need to roll a save too?
Nope, because
You're a friendly
actually,
target.
yeah, technically you're. I was gonna say because you're not within 10 feet on the map, but you are. So yeah, give us a save.
What about me? Or you
No,
guess-
you're gone. Like you're gone playing whack-a-mole in the snow with a helmed horror. It was just hitting snowbanks at random now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you
Yeah,
take
no
5
problem. So yeah, you take 5. Yeah.
And
Thank
then,
you. Thank you for So yeah, these black shadows rising up out of the snow. Oh, that's kind of creepy. Almost like it's Halloween.
Yeah. And
Grabbing
then
at you and pulling you down, but it didn't get any of you. So, yes. And then
4, 5, 6, and
just
fuck,
flees off into the snow. Okay.
motherfucking poof.
All right. Helmed horror.
Likewise.
Just smashing away at snowbanks. Let's see if it accidentally, luckily, finds you. 6. Nope. Well, I mean, it's not a good way to find somebody in the snow. It's just hitting snowbanks. Everything that's a lump in the snow, it's just walking around smashing them. So it spends its time doing that. Iticus, you're just watching. It's like, no, that's a bush. Nope, that's a bush. Oh, they just crushed your igloo. I mean, that's sad.
Yeah.
As you popped out, it's like, pff, your igloo gets smashed. What would you like to do? Total surprise again. It has no idea you're here.
Pop up.
23.
Down.
Damn.
18 into this thing. Wow. This time, yeah, it just clang, and you watch it hits in the side of the helmet, and you watch the whole visor, like it pops that rivet. The whole visor swings off to one side and then kind of swings down. It's completely empty inside, but it's like every time it moves, this thing squeak, 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 squeak around that. And you've done a significant amount. I mean, it's got lots left, but you have hit it fairly hard. And then give me another hidey hide, please. Hidey hide roll. Hidey hide. That's what it says in the book.
Oh damn! A critical success.
I mean, you can't be more hid than hid, so I have to be creative here. As you find a place to hide, you drop down behind this snowbank that he's already hit, and you realize you can see through a little space, and I would like to give you another shot for rolling a 30 stealth. And they still won't find you because you're firing from the hidden position. But you missed fiercely, so there we go. That's I love it, because you had this opportunity and it didn't work out. And it would have, look at the damage. It would have been.
It would have
31
been
points of
lovely
damage.
if it had though.
But you, oh, I know what happens. You shoot a snowbank that you thought was the helmed horror, because you thought you guys were shooting snowbanks, and you won. You did 31 points of damage to a snowbank,
Fucked up a snowball.
but you
It
are
went-
seriously gone hidden.
It went boom.
He just went, yeah. The Yeti. Bickford, how far can you move?
I can move 30
Okay,
But I'm hidden.
So
with a stealth 20.
you're hidden with a stealth 20. Okay, well, let me see if it sees you first then. 19, so close. No, it knows about where you are, so it stumbles over here somewhere, but does not find you. The werewolf. Beowulf. In the worst possible way, it's only got eyes for you. The bite. 14. And the rip with the claws is a 9, so the claws definitely missed. Does a 14 hit you in lycanthrope
No.
form? No? Okay.
In lycanthrope, it's 15.
So snap, the teeth crack together right in front of your eye, and you can see the plaque on its teeth. It's that close. You can smell that awful dog breath. And you step back just in time to watch the claws go past too. They also miss. It just growls and starts to creep towards you again. What do you do?
I am gonna retaliate again.
Okay. That absolutely hits. Yes, both of those hit. So you bite, and a shoulder comes
19.
off, and you can see the bone. And then you reach in again with your claws and just grab that joint and rip it open. For a total of 19 points. As you pull the shoulder joint free, you feel, and you look inside and you just drive the claws the rest of the way in, right into its chest. You hook your dirty old wolf claws and pull and eviscerate this thing. Guts in the snow, steaming at your feet. This
And
thing
you
tried
can
to
see all his
alpha dog
hackles.
on you. Yeah.
You can see like his hackles are risen, and he's just totally growling at this thing.
Yeah, just
Uh,
it has absolutely. Thank you for
well,
yeah.
tell-
It triggers the alpha dog response. Yeah,
Till his next turn, obviously, because then he's gonna start focusing on the other two.
yeah.
But for now, he's just kind of growling his "I told you don't fuck with me" type attitude type thing.
Absolutely. Bickford, hidden in the snow. The problem is you're bleeding so much, the heat that's coming off you is starting to sort of melt the snow around you.
Okay.
It's also turning that weird sort of reddish orange color. You're losing a lot of blood.
All right. I don't have any way to stabilize myself or do anything like that.
Nope.
However, I can move over here, and from the Yeti's shadow,
Yes.
a tendril comes out. As I cast Shadow Whip as a cantrip. I don't know why it asks what level. So on
Melee
successful
spell
melee
attacks.
spell attack, so I just d20 plus my. Oh wait.
Plus your casting modifier.
Yeah. So
Whatever that is.
spell attack. So
Probably a
bam.
3.
Plus 5.
Plus 5, so 19. Absolutely, that hits.
Okay.
Does 1d6 cold damage?
2d6.
2d6, yes, at this level, yeah.
Yeah.
So 10 points of damage to the Yeti.
And is he large or small?
He is a large, so he does have
Alright.
to make that save.
He is grappled
Okay.
by the tentacle. So basically, what you guys see is a looks like a tree branch made of shadow comes out from the Yeti's own shadow, wraps around one of its horns, and brings it down to the ground.
Into the snow, yes. The helmed horror continues to
then-
just
and I-
smack. Yeah,
Wait, and then I hide.
and you hide. Okay, give me a hide roll. A stealthy stealth. Well, this thing
Stealth.
completely fit. Well, that was the werewolf heart. Sorry. We have to give it a chance.
Not so good this time.
6. Nope. Still. Nope. It's smashing snow. It's just It's blending snow. It's like sending like
Tank
somebody
finish.
threw a magic bullet out in the yard in the winter. It's just, but it's hitting nothing. Iticus. This game's got to be getting fun by now.
I'm playing my own game of whack-a-mole.
Yes, you are. You're playing Whack-a Helmed Horror. Oh no, you missed. Whiff. As you shot, it was perfect, but then it smashing stuff, and it just kind of accidentally knocked your arrow out of the air. Didn't even realize it did it. Hide for me again, please. Because I love these rolls. 29, yeah. Just back underneath. You love it down here. The Yeti can't see. Well, let's see what it can see. Let it perceive. Let there be perception. Nope, neither one of you. That means the only one it can see is Beowulf. Oh, but it's grappled. Strength save to free itself. Yeah, it's a Yeti. It's too stupid to do the smart thing and throw something.
It's
19,
fighting
so
with
yeah.
its own shadow.
And it breaks free because it was only a DC 13, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. Uses its action to break free and then uses its motion to run over to Beowulf, but has nothing left to attack with. Werewolf is dead. We can bin it. Beowulf.
Now, would Beowulf have been able to smell that Bigfoot passed by and is wounded really bad?
Yeah, sure. Yep.
Victory woo.
He did that earlier. He's gonna flick his tail at the stupid Yeti,
Yeah.
change back.
So you showed him your ass and then turned your wolf ass into a human ass?
Yeah.
That's a full moon.
And I know, and technically, I don't think anybody caught me, but technically they just broke their own rules by attacking Beowulf, but I don't care. The Yeti's slightly smarter than the helmed horror. It's still chasing snow piles, but the Yeti's gonna actually hit something it can see.
Can I disengage, make my way to Bigfoot, and cure him?
Disengage is an action. You can move, take a 5-foot step. Like, you're still engaged with the Yeti if you move over one.
Yeah,
And-
because it's got a range of
because it's
10.
got a long
Yeah.
range.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can get to there and heal. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
technically
gonna
left
do.
it.
So,
Okay.
whoops, hold on.
How many?
You
Points
did a
of the
second level
healthiness.
cure wounds.
Ooh, 11 points.
Get 11
Nice.
points back.
Back up to 15.
One.
And Werewolf is just gonna stay attentive to Mr. Yeti.
Okay. Bigford. I'm fast and loose. You know me and the rules. Beowulf just gave you magic-y health healy, but to do so has exposed your position to the Yeti.
That is fine by me.
I mean,
And
at
now
this
that its
point,
main
it's either
target
that
is
or
back
die.
in line, it's going to focus on you again.
Yeah.
So you can see that. But what
All right. I'm-
doest thou?
I'm going to disengage as my bonus action.
You're 10 feet away. Yep.
I'm technically engaged
Yep.
with the Yeti because of his.
Yep. 10
So-
feet. 10 feet of reach.
So I hop over here onto this side, flip him the bird.
It's a reverse advance.
It was tactical advance,
Yes.
and I cast it again.
The whipping of the shadow. Roll to hit. What is this?
20 plus
Yeti's?
5. It's
That
Oh, yeah.
hits. Yep.
2d6. Takes another 4.
4 points of damage. And it
Because he
is
gets
again
pulled back
trapped
again.
by its own shadow. And that's a movement and an action.
6. Bam.
The helmed horror. Oh, this one is, I mean, it's literally got no brain, so it is just going to continue until, nope, that one 11. It's just mowing the snow, thump, 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 thump. And in its non-existent mind, it's going, I do good. Yeah, I do good. I kill all the snow. Because it's killing all your snow with advantage, because it can't see you. 14, even with advantage. Whiff. Oh, I know what it is, Iticus. You got snow on your fingers. You know, well, you might. Yeah, okay, you're not it. But I almost thought I was gonna have to explain myself because you live like way far south where there's hardly any snow. But yeah, you go to release the bow and it's like your fingers are frozen shut, so it didn't go properly. So yeah, cling off into the distance. Another snow pile explodes for 22 points of damage in the distance.
I'm joining his game. Because it's joining.
Just boop, 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 boop. Speaking of which, give me a sneak. A stealth roll, s'il vous plaît, 18. Ooh, that's practically poor. It actually possibly could see you next round. The Yeti. Beowulf, you're going to get an attack of opportunity because it's just going to go right around you to go and get Bigford. $21 hits for 8 points.
Stab him in the ass.
As it steps past, yeah, you take off a cheek and half of a thigh. This thing its own blood starts to spray out into the snow. It's limping. Bickford, you can look towards it, and you're kind of looking at you and looking at it, and you're pretty damn close to the same amount of damage right now. But that was before it started to swing. The claw first this time reaches out and tries to grab you.
Did it make its grapple check?
It did not.
It did not.
So you have to see if it's grappled.
19. So
it's not.
that's its action. Then it moved toward you, so it doesn't get an attack. You're right.
I figured you out, monkey boy.
In that case, it turns. It's already failed on you. As it goes past you, Beowulf, and you cut off a cheek, it turns and hits you because this doesn't take an action. I need a Constitution save, DC 13, as it tries to chill you and freeze you with its gaze. Nothing happening.
20.
Just shatters off you. You are an icy, snowy wolf. This shit don't work on you.
And I just
Jedi
give him the
mind tricks do
finger.
not work on me. Wrong voice, and I don't care. It was a double reference, but yes, Beowulf.
You don't sound like Yoda.
The cool thing about Beowulf, especially right now since he's in human form,
Yes, that's right. Yes,
he's got giant killer.
yes.
So
and he's a giant.
technically,
Yep.
I can use my reaction to attack him right after his attack. So I still have I have another attack on him.
Yeah. In this turn, yes. Yeah. You just had a reaction to use it, but yeah, 15 hits for 9 points of damage.
And now the longbow attack, because he's a little bit further away this time.
Yes. So that was from the last time, and yes, 13 just hits for 9 points. I'm going to explain this from the other side. Bickford, you're like crawling backwards in the snow. This thing's above you, just about to eat your face. You're getting ready for you're just about to move, and you watch as an arrow. The other attack happened last round, but you watch an arrow. You see its head twitch, and it comes out through its cheek, and you see a couple of teeth and part of a lip fly off. It's ironic, considering that's what happened to you about a minute ago. And it looks down at you, and its whole bottom jaw just hangs open, and it spits unconscious, like it's not intentional, but it just, and a gout of blood comes out of it all over you and your chest and your lap, mixing with your own mess. It's still alive and looming over you, but it is almost dead. Beowulf, was that it?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, other than unless you're gonna give him a, what do you call it? A bonus action.
Oh, he's got a bonus action because you get that extra attack again, right?
Well, the bonus action would be casting the Hunter's Mark.
Oh yes, the 4 points from the Hunter's Mark. Right. 3 points.
So
Okay.
3 points this time.
A second gout. And you watch one eye sort of fall back into the skull. And it drops down on its hands and knees, looming over you. And it looks up like it's going to say something. And the broken jaw and all the blood and everything. And it just collapses in your lap. Dead. Pinning you to the ground. Your turn.
That's what you get for messing with me.
The only thing left is the helmed horror trying to mow the snow.
So
And
I'm
a
guessing
giggle.
So
A small mechanical giggle.
let's see, I don't have to get up for this.
No.
Except I don't have the Yeti Shadow to use it for. Let's see what else have I got. Let's put those. No, that's not gonna work. So I guess I'm gonna have to use my try and get myself out from under this Yeti.
Okay, so yeah, give me a. You know what? I mean, that was just flavor anyway. Just give me. You're knocked down, so take half your movement to stand up. And you still get 20 feet, so 5, 10, 15, 20. You can just barely get there. Look at that. Narratively magnificent.
And I'm gonna wind up with my Morning Skull.
Yep.
I'm gonna give him a big
Morning
bonk.
Skull.
And
That sounds like the worst hangover ever. Oh, I got morning skull. Oh.
then And then
That's a good
I'm going
pull.
to call sneak attack because I'm going to say he's engaged.
Yep. Absolutely.
Otherwise
Yep.
engaged.
He's
So,
totally not paying any attention to you. 23
Nice.
for 17 points of damage.
Kabonk.
You just sneak up behind it and from 10 feet away just bing! And yes, boom, and it stops for a second, and then just keeps mowing the grass. It's still looking for Iticus. One of them had to be an idiot, so come on.
Why
let him
not?
fight. 18! That's what you rolled.
Yep.
Finally, Iticus, you're hiding in the snow going, hey, this thing's an idiot. And down through the snow above your head
Hear
comes a
the exclamation
two-handed
mark.
longsword attack, and it gets two of them. First one, 22.
Hits.
Second one, 24.
Hits.
Iticus is just blam! Your igloo comes crashing down around you. You have just about time to think, oh damn it! And the sword cuts into your shoulder, and you feel the metal cleaving. And it's, oh, that's gonna take some welding. And then just when you start to stand back up, that sword comes down through the snowbank again and catches you in the chest and slams you to the ground. You bounce back up to your feet as the sword withdraws. Total of 20 points of damage. And it's found you. It's looming above you. What do you do?
Hopefully. No!
Oh no!
Fling! Another one heads off into the distance, missing completely. That's your action. You still have a bonus action. And a
I'm gonna
movement.
try and hide again.
Disengage and hide? Absolutely. 23.
That's better.
Yeah, you run off into the snow again. Yeti has ceased to be Beowulf.
All
The only thing
right.
still standing is this helmed horror, and it is utterly focused on this hole in the snow.
Moving that
There's your
hunter's mark
Vroom.
on here.
That's your bonus action.
And because I'm a little bit of a
Crunch.
distance, it is action time.
Yeah, you just trudge through the snow.
Not hitting.
No, you do not. Fwang! Another arrow. Maybe it's the sun coming off all the sparkles. That's what it is. It's too sparkly in here to bow correct. Actually, you know
Right.
what? With this big fight going on, even though it's on a much smaller scale, I don't know how many of you have been in a real whiteout. You can't see. It's like being in think of being inside a light bulb. Like it's
The more
just
light
that
you have,
white
the harder it is to-
everywhere. The worse it gets. The more light there is, the worse it gets. You can't see. You can't even tell if the ground in front of you is flat or rising or falling or if there's ridges or ditches. It's like that in here. There's no depth perception, so it's very hard to shoot. We'll use that to explain your piss poor rolling. Big Fred.
The two Canucks and the Minnesotan. Get it.
Yes, yeah.
Leave
Big
him
Fred.
alone!
Over to you, yes.
Another big whack.
12. No. Oh, engaged.
Oh, no.
No,
Advantage.
you weren't.
I need advantage.
Yes, you
21.
did, yes. So 21, that hits for a total of 27 points of damage.
Goodness.
Leave him alone! And you
Going for that.
bam with the Morning Skull again. He's gonna have Morning Skull after you hit him with that. The helmet comes off, the left arm with that, in this case, completely pointless little mini shield that they use for jousting. Here, that comes off as well, the whole pauldron in the left arm, so it can now only wield one-handed. It's just barely holding onto the sword as it tries to turn around and see what's happening. It's just here to kill this little metal bastard.
And that's my turn. I'm staying right where I am.
I know,
just 'cause
it's
I-
very last turn. True to form. 16, how well did you hide? 23, nope.
23.
With one hand now, looking almost pathetic. Shades of, come back here and I'll chew your kneecaps off. As it's just smashing shrubbery after shrubbery. Look at the double references tonight. and searching for this little metal bastard to kill. Little metal bastard, what would you like to do?
That's a little bit better.
Oh wait, that was supposed to be a sneak attack too. Oh well.
Okay, 21 hits, yeah, so 18 points. It had 4 left. Idicus, you pop up out of the snow, everything goes slow motion, and you know what it's like to be a hero. What does that feel like? From the second you release that arrow, talk us through the rest of that, what you see and what you feel.
My thought is just that it hits right in the chest and it just kind of falls over. And Idicus goes, okay.
And I can see like some goo coming out, splattering like blood would. I don't know what he would have in him, but
oil. I think oil and bolts is what we've come up with as sort of the ejecta from the metallic persons in this game. So yeah,
oil and bolts are just splashing out. Werewolf is looking at this.
Yeah.
Werewolf sees this and then looks where Idicus has popped up and says, "Damn."
Bad Fred.
Not Fred no more.
And the fireworks that sound suspicious, like gunwork, like guns, continues in the background. A good thing I live in a basement.
We actually don't have any this time. Which is
With
weird.
that,
Right about that time.
the three of you looking around at your dead foes in this miniaturized world of the outside world, give me intelligence checks. or make us sound like a frightened chicken. Your choice.
Nat 20.
14, Idicus. That's not bad. A nat 20 and... Nope,
Nat
Beowulf didn't get
A
it.
natural one.
Beowulf is peeing on something or someone.
Werewolf is just has taken a walk over here behind the Yeti and is just desecrating the Yeti. There's enough of the Yeti so that he's getting from the
That's a
rest
name
of the
for a punk band, isn't it? Desecrated Yeti?
I don't know.
I think I saw them live.
Welcome
in
to the
the
stage, Desecrated Yeti. And their new song, Kill the Beef.
Kill the beef.
Idicus, something. Yes, flappy ears. Your little flappy metal ears. There's a thought. It's right there, but maybe you're too short. It just went over your head. You just missed it, but it hit Bickford just above his belly button. If this is a proper scale model of outside, then there should be a tiny version of the door in that pillar. And you look over and yeah, it's only like this big in the bottom of the pillar, but there's a little tiny door. A little
He's gonna
tiny
make
opening.
He's gonna make his way over. It's like that's too small even for Edicus. He just sort of peers down, ass up in the air.
The three of you, the other two of you head over.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
You peer down and look in, Bickford. Like your head fills the hole, more than fills the hole. It's slightly glowy in there. It's like being inside a glacier. It's so you can see, but everything's sort of shades of blue. Give me a perception check. 10. There's everything in there is like flat, icy, reflective surfaces. And you can't tell what it is, but in your mitt's too damn big to get in there. But there's something in there that isn't ice. It's white, but it isn't ice. Because it's a flat finish. It's not reflective.
There's something in there, but I can't get to it. I can't really see it that well. Sort of steps away.
Bo gets an idea.
Mm-hmm.
He changes back to his wolf. I'm not going to change the token. Forget it.
No,
I'm too lazy right now.
Yeah.
But he changes into his wolf form and tries to scratch and tear the opening big, make it bigger.
Okay, rip the hole bigger. Okay. And Idicus, what are you doing?
I know Bigfoot said that it's not Iticus's size,
Mhm.
but Iticus is still gonna try.
So yes, well, in that case, let's dig the hole first. Beowulf, give us a strength check. This is
I
straight
can find
strength
my
check to
mouse
see
here,
how much
okay?
hole you can rip. That sounded rude.
Phrasing.
18, yeah. This is, I mean, it's ice, but you're a dire ice wolf at this point, and you just start tearing away at this. As you do so, as you kind of back out and use your front feet to dig and dig and dig.
Actually, that would be 20 because it's as a wolf, his strength is 4 plus 4,
Right.
not plus 2.
Perfect. Yeah, even better. So yeah, you rip a big hole and you dig down into the actual ice underneath. As you back up to sort of clear the thing, Iticus dives in. It is now big enough for Iticus to get in. And you kind of
Can I catch Iticus?
You could try. Iticus, give us a sleight of foot. And Beowulf, give us a dexterity roll. Nope.
Nope.
You snap your teeth just behind as he just belly surfs. So he just whoomp, and he's gone in the hole, like a
penguin.
dog under a fence. Iticus, you kind of come to your feet. You have to crunch a little bit. It's smaller than your igloo. Who planned this? It's too small. But you're in this little tiny icy space. And it feels like you're being looked at, but there's something wrong with the way you're being looked at. Give me a perception check.
Meanwhile, Beowulf's gonna try and dig out more holes.
16. Yeah, you're just like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. We lost him again. Oh shit. So behind you, you hear the scratching on ice. Iticus, it's wrong because the left eye's looking at you from the right side, and the right eye's looking at you from the left side. And you kind of look down in the darkness, and there's the left half of a mask over here, and the right half of a mask over here. It's been broken. It's a beautiful white porcelain mask with this stunning makeup painted around the eyes and on the cheeks. There's just the hint of sanding that they've done on the porcelain to make the face look not quite so shiny. It's a storm giant, and it's beautiful and terrifying at the same time. Because you can tell it's grimacing. It's just, so this absolutely beautiful figure, this striking, almost elemental force of storm giant power, but enraged, and the mask is broken in front of you in 2 pieces. Each piece is probably 20 pounds. This is designed to fit on a giant. They're almost as big as you.
You okay, little guy?
Big face. Broken.
Big face broken. You're digging. The 2 of you outside look in, and you can see Iticus is now. Are you touching them, Iticus, or starting to try to get them out of here? Or
I'm gonna try and put them together to bring them
okay,
out.
yeah. So yeah, you kind of. You do. As the 2 pieces touch, it animates.
Oh no.
And the mouth opens towards you, Iticus. What do you do?
Fred, big face angry. Big face angry.
Big
I
face
reach
angry.
my arm in and grab Iticus.
You grab Iticus and
Pull out.
pull. The mask is following you out, Iticus. It's still you have it in your hands like this, the whole mask. You can't let go. It won't let you. As you're being pulled by your hips out of this hole, what do? You can still see the crack down the middle.
I'm still gonna hold together. I'm just like faster.
They pull it, Bickford, you pull it out into the room. Beowulf, you can see clearly now this mask is trying to eat Iticus, and the 2 of you can see the crack down the middle of it. Iticus is holding it together, physically squeezing the 2 halves together. What do you do?
I want to jump on it.
I'm gonna grab one side and look at. I don't speak giant. Never mind.
I do.
Atticus does as well.
Yeah, I'm the only one who doesn't. I'm just going to try and tackle the thing and get it away from Atticus.
Okay, give me a athletics.
Beowulf's gonna, if Bigfoot's gonna do one side, Beowulf will do the other.
Okay, in that case,
And
both give me
basic-
athletics. Yeah.
And then what he's gonna say is, all right. Athletics is dexterity. No.
No,
Strength.
strength. It should be in the skills thing, but it's just strength unless you're proficient. 20, yeah. The two of
Well,
you
yeah, we'll
just,
do it like that.
the two of you just reach forward and you I've just got these little metal hands holding this big face together, and this big furry hand on one side and this big furrier hand on the other side. Just grab it like one of
I'm not
those
sure which is
like
which.
one of those friendship necklace things where you get half and you get half, and it just and in spite of Atticus attempting to hold them together, there's just no chance against these two big monsters. They pull it apart. The split second it comes apart, it freezes in that grimace, and it's not trying to eat you anymore. They kind of pull the pieces out of your hand, Atticus, as you fall back on your metal butt on the floor. At least you
And
guys
Beowulf-
found the giant artifact.
Beowulf is just gonna yell at, "Don't ever try to do that to my friend again!" In giant.
Yelling at this half, which is now a
Oh, that's right. I
absolutely
forgot he's
inanimate,
dog
an inanimate porcelain mask now. Yeah.
Yeah, he's barking.
Yeah.
And he's barking at
It's
us.
barking, threatening to bury it in the snow and leave it forever. So that's what. Yeah, that's your reaction, Bickford. You've got the other half now, and it's the animation stops immediately as soon as you sever it again.
Bickford looks at the others like, I think we got what we came for.
This is definitely a
Why?
giant artifact.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Did you see anything else in there? Or was that the only thing? He says that to Atticus.
He'll go- At that, Atticus will go back in and check.
The rest of it is empty.
Big face. That's all.
Now, because it was this thing like moving on its own, or was it just trying to go?
It you don't know.
Okay.
All you saw was you pulled Atticus out, and they were holding
Yes.
it together, and the face was going and trying to eat Atticus.
Okay. We should wait until creature isn't a ship anymore before we try that again.
Putting it together. Oh wait, he can't talk yet.
Yeah. I don't think we
You
should
can switch back anytime you want.
Yeah.
And
I
I will
know,
just
but
remind you
he's-
guys as well, the more of these artifacts you gather, the more choice you will have as to who you're going to have to go up against to get their conch, their horn, that will allow you to go to Hecaton's court. So this is one. There are 8 more, and you could turn around right now and go back to the Allfather, and you would be given one option.
Nah.
We're gonna need more.
Well, Beowulf will turn back to human at this point. Look at Bickford and say, "Are we gonna get these two little halves on? Are we gonna get these two big halves onto the ship, and then take off and go somewhere else, or do you want to leave them here until we get some help? Because I don't think Atticus is gonna be able to lift them."
They're only 20 pounds each.
Yeah, they're not that heavy.
Yeah.
It's
They're only
close.
big compared to Atticus.
Well, we should take it with us. I mean, if we had to deal with a Yeti, a werewolf, and a friggin' suit of armor that wanted to kill us, something's gonna come back, and I'd rather be in the air, not where it was. Before we go, trophies. It makes his way over to
As
the.
you say that, Atticus, you hear a tiny in that little space that you were just in that you were absolutely sure was empty. You just heard something move in there.
I kick him.
Yep, going back in.
You poke your head back in and look, And this is a still smaller version. You realize now that you're really looking. It's a smaller still version of the room that you're currently in the room that you're currently in. And way at the far side of it, where the masks were covering, there's another tiny little tower, icy tower. And right in front of it, the ice is cracking, and 3 little figures are starting to come up. 1 Yeti, 1 metal figure, and 1 werewolf.
Tiny
What do
bad,
you-
tiny bad Fred.
And as you
Tiny bad Freds.
scurry back out and say, Tiny Bad Frids, you see the ground in front of you starting to crack.
Oh crap!
I think it's time to get out of here.
You did want, you got a chance for, what did you want? You said you wanted trophies. What do you want? On the way out.
Bigfoot's gonna go to the Yeti and cut its horns off.
The horns off a Yeti? Okay.
Yeti
So, yeah,
horns are like magic crack to wizards, so that's gonna sell somewhere.
absolutely. So, yeah, write down 2 Yeti horns. What are the other 2 are you doing? You got like one thing you could do before you flee.
I think he's just gonna pick up the 2 pieces of the mask.
Yep.
Not put them together like
Yep.
Iticus was, but kind of
Turn them inside.
keep
Yeah.
them together. But
Yeah, and then
yeah.
and head for the doors. Okay.
head for the run
So
run to
yeah,
the hills.
you've got the mask, you've got the horns. Iticus, what are you? I always like to save Iticus for last. What are you doing?
Iticus is just running.
Just... We're gonna end tonight with Creature on the boat. Comes out of his daze. Not because he's winning or losing, but because at the moment that creature that's part of him has forgotten he exists while it tries to fight this dragon. And in that blinking moment of self-realization, they sound like, where are we? Why is it so cold again? Did we go back to the mountains? And Iticus comes on board going 800 miles an hour. Up onto the ship's deck. To take us out, what do you say to the vaguely conscious creature?
Bad Fred's big face broken.
Right. And that's where we will drop the curtain on tonight. The 2 of you that aren't already at the ship, racing towards the ship with your various trophies and goodies and things. And Iticus explaining perfectly exactly what's going on. And for some strange reason, creature doesn't get it. Whew. Thank you. Nobody died. It was close.
Oh,
Damn close. Like a couple of hit points away.
you know how I survived? I started thinking like Iticus.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yep.
Disengage, hide, make sure asshole over there can't get
You
it.
are a rogue. You must play quit playing like a fighter. You will die.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Definitely need to get some-
hide, shoot.
Yeah,
Oh.
definitely need to buy myself some studded leather armor or something.
Well, thank you all for letting me play the 3rd oldest trope in D&D, the party faces itself trope. Thank you so much for that. I had a great time tonight. Happy Halloween, everybody that stuck around and chat. I appreciate that very much. Thank you very much, Bison. Thank you very much, Solar Dasher. And thank you very much, Sarah of Tangor Productions and Tangor Online. No, Tangor On Site.
Your
What is it?
productions on.
Location.
On
Tanger
location.
Productions on location.
On location. See, that way we got 3 pictures in for it because I pretended I didn't know what it was called. Thank all 3 of you for playing the foolishness tonight. I had a great time. I see lots of smiles, and that makes me happy. I can't see the smiles in chat, but I see how many people were having so much fun tonight. So thank you all for showing up as well.
Hey.
You could have been out Halloweening and getting drunk and fireworks and, not being able to tell the difference between the fireworks and the gunfire. But you didn't. You stayed in and watched us instead. And I appreciate that. And everybody watching on YouTube, thank you for hanging around all the way to the end. If you did, please hit that like button because you did if you got all the way to here. We will see you next week. We'll be back on our only slightly less tangential version of Storm King's Thunder. But until then, as always, please be nice to each other. Good night.
Good night.
Night, y'all.